Welcome to my channel Tarot Reading with Shaista. So I do these reviews and walkthroughs with certain oracle cards and tarot cards every Friday, as you know. And I always like to share what I feel about a deck that I've recently purchased or I've been gifted or I've been sent. And what I want to make very clear here is that no one is paying me to promote a certain deck or a particular artist or tarot, tarot maker or a creator. I just simply share, my views on the decks that I own. All right, I have over 250 to 300 decks, and I do believe in the Rider-Waite system of tarot, but I'm always intrigued by all the new decks that keep coming and going. So I received this yesterday, and I was so excited. I did take off the outer cover, but I haven't really indulged myself into going through the cards. I thought I should do that with you. All right, so this is the Tarot del Toro, which is a tarot deck and guidebook. All right, and it's been designed and carved by Thomas Hijo. Okay, it looks very interesting. It's a lovely packing. It's by Titan Books, and it includes a fully illustrated 78 card deck and guidebook. It looks very neat. It's a nice stuck box like this. Okay, let's see what the deck says at the back. Okay, so this was manufactured in China, but like I said, it's probably it's just manufactured there. All right, so let's see what it says. It says, discover the hidden messages of tarot with this original deck inspired by the wondrous world of Guillermo del Toro. This deck, created under the supervision of the master filmmaker and designed and illustrated by Thomas Hijo, features sumptuous original artwork inspired by the themes, imagery and characters of some of Del Toro's most popular films, including Pan's Labyrinth, Crimson Peak and The Shape of Water. Oh, okay. So it's definitely inspired by this filmmaker's works. The artwork is all based on that, clearly. Okay, let's try and open it. It's a very smooth box, okay, but it's solid. So it's not something that's going to break easily. You can store your card in this. It's not a very bendy kind of a box. It's really good, a tough box. Okay, this is what it looks like inside the lid. I love it. It's very matty. At the same time, all this is embossed. Though it's all matte, this is embossed, so you can feel the letters. Not this, but just the letters. Okay, sorry, that's my cuckoo clock going off. So this is what it looks like inside. It has that little ribbon which helps you pull out the guidebook. This is like a regular book of instructions which come with most tarot decks. This is what it looks like. It's got a very age-old, rustic look to it, but it's all matte. It's all matte. And what does it say? A tarot deck and guidebook inspired by the world of Guillermo del Toro. It says, forward by Guillermo del Toro, written and illustrated by Thomas Hijo, or Hijo. I don't know how to pronounce his name, I'm sorry. Okay, so Tarot del Toro, this is the guidebook. So it's not black and white, it's definitely color. Okay, the illustrations are very, very different. It talks about the fall. Any legend, any creature, any symbol we ever stumble on already exists in a vast cosmic reservoir where archetypes wait. Shapes looming outside our platonic cave. We naturally believe ourselves clever and wise, so advanced, and those who came before us so naive and simple, when all we truly do is echo the order of the universe as it guides us. The fall. Okay, interesting. This is like the Ace of Swords. I don't know why they have this picture here in the intro. Right, looks like the Ace of Swords, isn't it? And this is the table of contents, which is the foreword, the introduction, what is tarot, the major arcanas, the minor arcanas, the court cards interpreted, that means the meanings of those court cards, numerical cards, and the readings. I think they've given a couple of spreads, and of course the final word by the author. Okay. It's got a very antique, burnt parchment kind of paper, brownish tinge to the paper. They've given it that matted look. And of course, this is how they have depicted the Fool, for instance. The Fool is the only tarot card that is not numbered. Perhaps the reason is that it needs to be put aside. For many scholars, tarot is a path and the Fool not one of its steps, but the character who walks through it. According to this idea, we find a character with no previous identity. All possible paths unfold before him. From his wooden spoon hangs a minimal pack and a strange pet bug follows him. That bug, a mantis, symbolizes instinct. And we can't be sure of what its threat or to its playmate is. So it's got the same Rider-Waite kind of a meaning to all their major arcanas. This is the Magician. So I think this is what the card looks like. So they've given us a colored imagery of the same with the meanings. Okay, the same goes with the High Priestess and so on and so forth. So this book is very interesting. It has a final word also, and about the creator of the deck as well, and even about Guillermo del Toro. It says that Guillermo del Toro is the acclaimed director of Pan's Labyrinth, Hellboy, Pacific Rim, Crimson Peak, and The Shape of Water, for which he won the Academy Awards for Best Picture and Best Director. His strained novels are international bestsellers. He lives in Los Angeles. And then about Thomas Hero as well, he says he's the illustrator and printmaker and a professor of illustrations at the University of Salamanca in Spain. He has illustrated more than 70 books and written 10 of them, not of which are related to legends and folklore. So this is for Guillermo, who I felt was a friend even before I met him. So they did this in association and they kind of created this, the final word, the different kinds of spreads, the numerical cards, what they mean, their origin, their conflict points, their fruits, their triumphs, their defeats. So it's quite interesting. And how many pages? This is 87-page book and very detailed, let me tell you, and very good quality, very sturdy. Okay, so that's that. Let's take a look at the cards now. They neatly, we put it out with the same ribbon. I haven't touched these, I haven't shuffled them, so I don't know what they're like. We'll try that right at the end, but I don't want to change the order they have come to me in. Okay, so I'll pull them out as is. This is what the inside of the top box looks like. Very sturdy. It's not something. Okay, so this does slide out, what holds the cards, but it's not a flimsy thing. It will probably remain very intact and keep the cards padded on the sides. And it's the same print as in the lid. Very interesting, isn't it? Again, matted. It has skulls in the palm with the third eye in the center. So you can see it's quite interesting. All right. So we shall study this later when I have the time. Let me go through the deck with you guys. Okay. Let me just pull down the camera a little more so that you're able to see this with me a little more clearly. Yeah? This is the Age of Discs, Ace of Discs, which is your Pentacles. Okay, the cards are okay. They're thin. They're quite thin, in fact. Not as strong as the box. They're matty, but they can bend. You see what's happening to the card? There you go. Yeah, so they're not very great cards. I don't know how they last with all the constant shuffling. I think they should think about this. It's a very nice looking deck, but I think the quality is a little sad, not very thick. I don't know how they will be when you're shuffling them. Okay, these are the backs. That's interesting. These are the backs. That's a constant. Okay, so the ace of discs starts like this, and after which I think just the aces are with a design. The rest is just symbols. So this is the 2 of Pentacles. Let me just turn them this way. The 3 of Pentacles. 4. 5 of Pentacles. 6. 7. So very clearly, I think this is good for people who are already into tarot for a while. They know what each of these cards mean. For a beginner, it may be a little complicated. So I wouldn't recommend this as a beginner's tarot deck. All right, for definitely someone who's experienced and who's been into tarot for a while, then it should be a piece of cake. So this is, I'll go forward with the artwork. This is the 9 of Pentacles and the 10. Complete engine, it all coming together, right? It's like one of those discs we find on chains in cycles. Okay, again, like I said, so I think they're calling these the valet or the ace in most of the decks. So this is the valet of discs, which is your knight, I think. Oh, this is not the knight, this is the page then. The valet is the page, I'm sorry. This is the knight. The queen. The king. Again the ace. And then now it's just symbols till you come to the court cards. Okay, the minor arcanas are all in symbols. This is the 2 of Swords. Again, the page or the valet of blades, the knight of blades or swords, the ace of cups, which is called the goblets here. Again, we may start off with the minor arcanas, they're all in symbols. I'm going through these quickly. Then comes the page of goblets or the page of cups, the knight of goblets, the queen of goblets, the king of goblets. And now coming to the wands. The wands are called wands here, not anything else. Again, the minors. 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. Then comes the page of wands, known as the valet of wands, the knight, the queen of wands, and the king of wands. Again, moving on to the Fool. Okay, so these are the major arcanas. The Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant, the Lovers. It's like the beauty and the monster, not the beast. The Lovers, the Chariot. They're very dark. They have a very dark theme to it, but it's interesting. I'm really looking forward to using them. Let's see how greatly they shuffle. The Justice, the Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune, oh, the Hanged Man is like the fetus stored in a bottle. It's a little eerie and sinister, but very interesting. I don't know, I'm looking forward to working with them. The Death, the Temperance, the Devil, the Tower, the Star, the Moon, the Sun. I love the artwork, they're very different. Sticking together. Okay. The Judgment, and of course we ended with the Word, and this is just an intro card, like an extra card that they've given. That's about it. So that's the deck. Let's see how great it shuffles. So, okay, it's okay to shuffle side. Again, I'm not very happy with the thickness of the cards, but it's okay. These are not gilded edges, they're just simple plain edges. I don't know what the wear and tear of these will be, but they're quite neat. They look quite neat. They are easy to side shuffle, not bad at all. Definitely easy to shuffle sideways. Let's see if it's easy to side shuffle them like this. This is also alright. But I think what's really going to happen is the bending of the cards. The quality needs to be definitely a little better. But yeah, it's definitely a good deck to shuffle. It's easy to shuffle. I have no problem shuffling this deck. This is the way I shuffle my decks, so it's nice. I'm happy. They have a matte satin texture, so it's, I think, easy to shuffle. I wasn't expecting that because the quality of the cards is so thin. That's my only complaint, otherwise it looks great. Alright, I mean, 2 cards together, it's great. That's what it should have been like, the thickness. I mean, that's what I feel. But single cards on their own are very thin. Alright, so that's what I have for you, the Tarot del Toro. So do look at it, do consider it, and I hope you like the walkthrough. Alright, take good care. See you.